See, it's stupid shit like this. I don't understand. All right, come on. Hey, what's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Fearless Perspectives, the podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Julia, and you already know what it is. This is where you come to hear what common sense sounds like, or just some realness. That's it, because you know I'm going to talk the realness. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to tell you what needs to be said, what needs to be told, without any filter. You look, like I always say, I'm going to say the things that you're thinking, but you really don't want to say, or you're afraid to say. You already know to come here because I'm going to say it. I mean, I have no fear in saying what needs to be said and talk about things that need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? So thank you again for tuning in. As again, y'all been with me so far. So if y'all made it to this episode, y'all been rocking with me for a while. So I appreciate y'all for real for lending me your listening and your watch hours. Because as we know on this platform, there are so many things that you could be watching and listening to, but you chose to take this time and listen to me. So I thank you. So again, however you made your way over here, whether you know me and you rock with me and you want to support your girl, thank you. Y'all know, I love y'all for real. Or you know what I'm saying? Or the algorithm suggested it, or whatever. Or if you just being nosy and you want to come over here and see what tea I'm talking and spilling or whatever. Or if you just want to be nosy to see if I'm talking your business. Thank you for coming over here. Thank you. Because it all adds up. Thank you so much. All right. Appreciate you. So anyway, so look, y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You would never hear me thanking y'all enough for tuning in and supporting, because it means so much. Because this is a journey. This is something that, you know what I'm saying, it's just a community that I'm trying to build. We're just trying to build a community of people that just like realness, that, because we have so many people, so many podcasters, so many motivational speakers that's out there just yelling at you and then trying to get you to buy a course and stuff like that. And that ain't even over here. I'm just over here to talk to realness. We chilling in the den. You chilling with me, and we just having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to you about what's going on in my life, talk to you about what I have dealt with, talk to you about what's going on in the world. And again, if you want to hit me up, then of course you get the email address in the description, info@fearlessperspectives.com. And if you want me to talk about something, just drop me an email. Or if you want to collaborate on some stuff, if you want to, if we rock together and you want to be on the show, of course, hit me up there. But yeah, so I mean, again, I thank y'all for real. We are just a community of realness. Simply put, that's it. A community of realness. Nothing else. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's just a community of realness. So if you're here, thank you again. All right, y'all. So listen, we got a good show for you today. I'm gonna be talking about some things. Like I said, the only thing I really I talk about is my life experiences. You know what I'm saying? I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the resources, but I can only tell you from my experiences how things went, or, just speak my truth. And so I know a lot of people, are just like, I appreciate you when you be vulnerable, when you be straight up and honest about what's going on or what you've gone through. And a lot of times we are afraid of that, because social media will make us think you're soft or you a simp for doing that, or I can't believe you put that on there. Well, social media, y'all put everything else on there. Like I said before, y'all put us in y'all business. Who broke up? Who cheating on who? Who don't? We don't care about none of that. We need some realness. So that's what it is. That is exactly what it is, and that's what I'm here for. All right. So I don't know what else to talk about other than some realness. Boom, we're here. So yeah, so I thank y'all again. So today we're gonna talk about some interesting things. I'm gonna be honest. There's certain things I'm going to talk about. And I, have to use wisdom in how I talk about things and how I say things, because of, things surrounding the situation, right? So, but yeah, so listen, y'all. So, and as always, y'all already know, I always want y'all every episode to pour up and pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a cocktail, whether it's tea, coffee, water, juice, whatever you choose to have in your cup, I always want you to pour up and just sit back and pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? So today I got a little margarita with extra tequila. Oh yeah. Mango mark. Oh yeah. See, I ain't gonna lie. I make good drinks. I make good drinks. Anybody that's had anything made by me, whether you come to the house or we out at the park or whatever, anything that I make, y'all gonna like it and y'all gonna feel all right. Okay? I don't make weak drinks. I don't do weak drinks. I don't do, y'all already know me. So enjoy yourself. All right. So I got me something that's gonna hold me. Okay. Anyway, y'all. So today we're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. I don't even know just kind of where to begin with things, but I'll start here. When it comes down to, we're gonna talk about a lot of how people's interpretation of things can really affect how you interact with them, or how it can really affect a situation, right? So y'all already know, those who do know, I was in a 2-year relationship or whatever with my ex, and that ended last April. And she broke up with me, for her reasoning of saying that I wasn't present, and she got tired of waiting on me to do the things that she was asking for, which was like just kind of be present and I'll just be honest, some intimacy things or whatever. And so that's fine, but then at the same time, I was going through in 2023, like, if you know me, I hated that whole year. It was a lot. I was dealing with unexpected mental health crisis from my job, like just anxiety, heavy anxiety and things like that. And then I was dealing with like debilitating shoulder pain where I couldn't work out. I couldn't do anything. I was in pain every day. So all of that on top of me, you know what I'm saying? Every day dealing with that, that's a lot to deal with. And so still trying to show up for your relationship. But I had it backwards because I was trying to show up for my relationship before I was trying to show up for myself, because I didn't want to let her down. And so, but now, like, thinking back in retrospect and being out of the situation and going through a lot of healing, you know what I'm saying? I've been able to really reflect and realize, like, yo, you had this backwards. You needed to show up for yourself first before trying to show up for her, because I was like grabbing at straws from everything, like trying to figure out like if there's something wrong with me. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I already know that the narrative out there about me is incorrect. Although I don't care because of who it's coming from. They don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? The whole situation, everything pertaining to the situation is dead to me. You know what I'm saying? And so but at the same time, I'm like, I know I'm not the only person that is going through this or that has gone through this. And so that's why I'm coming to y'all to talk to y'all about it, because I know that there are some people who are going through it and will go through it and has gone through it. You know what I'm saying? So some things you can relate to, some things you'll be able to apply to your situation. And if you go through it in the future, hopefully you'll be able to remember and reference some of the things that I'm saying. And I'm just being honest about a lot of things. So yeah, so I was going through all of that and trying to be there for my relationship. And in that, I'm like, she would talk to me about, and I thought she had the understanding of what I was going through, because every day I'm talking to her about my grievances with what I was dealing with, or, and things like that. But then in that, she was still asking me for things. And I understand that, because you still have needs. I'm not saying that your needs need to be put on hold, but also I need you to have some understanding too about what the hell your person is dealing with. Because if you're really who you really say you are, godly, if you really are who you say you are, and you are so this in tune person and so supportive and understanding, then you would understand, like, hey, damn, my person, my woman can't even show up for herself. You know what I'm saying? But here I still am and is asking you why you don't kiss me on the back of my neck, or why you're not intimate, why you're not, this and this and this. Because this person can't even, you know what I'm saying? Because during that moment, I can speak for myself. During that moment, I was, I felt, I didn't like who I saw in the mirror because of everything I was going through. I felt dark. You know what I'm saying? So, it didn't matter how many times I went and got a haircut. I still would be like, ugh, you look dusty. You look tired. You look old. You look worn. You know what I'm saying? And, she was always, no, you don't look like that. No, you don't look like that. But then looking back at it, yes, I did. And I know I did. Because I know what I look like on the regular. Come on now. I know what I look like on the regular. I know how I like to put myself together and things like that. So anyway, so all of that was going on, and she was still asking for things. And again, I don't knock it because she still had needs, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? That you want from your partner. But at the same time, I was like, damn, do you not understand what I'm going through? Like the talks that we kept having, I kept looking at her like, bitch, do you not get what you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, like, and so after a while, but the thing is, this is what I was talking about from the top, was that there are things that I couldn't say. And that comes to a couple episodes back when I talked about standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself. I didn't really know how to speak up for myself in that situation, because there were some things that was really a reason why I wasn't showing up the way she wanted me to show up. And I was just like, okay, how can I say this? Because there are things, just to be honest with you, there were times where I just knew there were things I just couldn't say because it would offend her. And it's not that I would be offensive or say things in a way to be offensive. I could say this the way, something so simple, because I have wisdom. I know how to use my words. I know how to say things in a way to where it's not offensive, to say things in a way that is not harmful. Because especially if I love you, then I'm going to say things in a way that's kind. I'm going to say in a way that's loving, and in a way that you can receive my true intent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say things like, "Oh, I don't get," no, that's not me. So, but I had learned, like I said, it only take me 1 or 2 times to figure some shit out. And so it was one time that I learned, I was like, okay, I can't say nothing, because if I say the truth of the matter of why this is this, she gonna really be curled up in the corner somewhere crying. And I didn't want that, so I thought I was protecting her by not saying the things that I wanted to say and needed to say as to why I wasn't showing up. But let me tell you something, don't do that. Because first of all, it's gonna hurt you. And then 2, it's gonna take away their choice to do whatever they need to do with what you're telling them. Don't take away their choice. I took away her choice. And that was wrong with me. But I also did it. It was wrong for me to not speak what I needed to say as to why I wasn't showing up. So I just used the obvious. I'm going through mentally, which that was big, because I was talking to my therapist that I had at the time, and I was telling her, she knew everything that was going on. And she would say, well, Julia, I mean, it's proven. Like, you just think about it. She was like, okay, I'll use a simple example. When men are stressed out, when men are going through, whether it's through work or home life or whatever, their stuff don't work. They're not there mentally. They're not there emotionally or physically. It just, they can't get it up. So it was the kind of same thing with me. I wasn't thinking about sex. I would think about it, but I just wasn't. So it was a thing where she thought like I just became incapable of being intimate. No, because I am a very sensual and intimate person. Like because that's how we were from the beginning. But as time went on, let's just be honest. I'm just going to be honest about some shit. There were a lot of things that ended up turning me off. But I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it, and I couldn't speak up for that. I couldn't say it, but there were things that turned me off, and I wanted to talk to her about it, but I know if I did, then, her confidence was gonna go down. And again, I wasn't gonna say it in a way of like, you need to do this, you look ragged, no, because simple shit is this. Okay, so you look at the situation for me, and I'm only speaking for me. And there's a lot of people that I talk to, like a lot of my friends who are very intellectual, who are very mature and very grown, okay? Have good emotional intelligence and just are great. Mentally, you got to get my intellect. You got to keep my intellect. I need to be able to have an intellectual conversation with you, especially if you're my partner. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, there are some things that I could not take away from her, and that I will never take away from her. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. In any situation that you're in, always look at what you really need. Look at your standards, because there are a lot of things that I have as standards. Not moving forward, yes, I have standards. I have a type, period. I used to always be afraid to admit that, because I always tried to play the humble card of, no, I don't have a type. She would always tell me, you got a type. All women that I would talk, you got a type. I know you got a type. No, I don't. And I try to play humble, like, no, I ain't got no type. You know what I'm saying? I like what I like. It depends on who you are. It depends on what you have. You know what I'm saying? What you possess, what you bring to the table, and you know how you're packaged. You know, I like what I like. No, I do have a type. And moving forward, yes, I have a type, and I'm sticking to that because I know what I need and I know what I want. You should not be in any situation where you have to dummy yourself down in any type of way just to satisfy and appease a person or a situation just so that way you can keep peace. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that shit no more. Baby, if I tell you, sweetheart, if I ain't even gotta tell you, but if I see you can't dress, baby, I'm not talking to you. If I see you can't dress, if I see you, because appearance matters to me. Appearance, you can call me shallow, you can call me vain, you can say whatever you want to say, but I don't care because you're not my person if you feel that way. Appearances matter to me because guess what? I like to dress nice. I like to put that shit on because I do put that shit on. But if I'm with somebody and you can't dress, and every time you get dressed, I'm just like, golly, what the hell she got on? You know what I'm saying? What is this? Then you guess what I'm gonna do? Because I don't want to seem like I'm out dressing you, or you know what I'm saying? Because we're a representation of each other. So, and I'm just using this as an example, right? So I shouldn't have to dummy down how I dress. The shit that's in my closet, that when you met me, you saw how I was coming. You saw how I was stepping. And I'm not saying you gotta dress exactly like me, but sweetheart, come with it. I shouldn't be, even in something simple as this. It's something as simple as this. I can rock this, I can dress this up, I can put on a dope ass, red bottom sneaker if I want to, or I can put on some Jordans, or I can put on some Yeezys, or I can put on whatever I want, just depending on the vibe or where we going. I can dress it up, I can make it casual, you know what I'm saying? Just buy your accessories, just buy, it's just, I like that shit. And that's how I came up. My mama always dressed nice. And she didn't let us walk out the house looking any kind of way either. We couldn't go out the house in our pajamas. We couldn't go to the store. I didn't care. I grew up in Michigan, in Lansing, and if you know, we couldn't just run up to QD in some pajamas and house shoes. We couldn't wear our house shoes out the house. We damn sure couldn't go outside, even in our own yard, on the sidewalk with our socks on. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, we couldn't do that. So that's, my mom always dressed nice. My parents always dressed nice. My grandparents always dressed nice on both sides. My grandma Julia, on my dad's side, I never seen her in pants. That woman wore skirts every day and her little kitten heels. And the blouses with the big ribbon bows in the sleeve. Like, oh yes, ma'am. And always wore her purse right here. Yes, Julia May stayed bright. Yes. Even on my mom's side. My grandmother, she's 97 and still sharp as a tack. She ain't walking around bummy either. My grandfather, before he passed on my mom's side, my pawpaw, he wore dress slacks and dress shirts every day, even to mow the lawn. He would put on some old sneakers to mow the lawn. But yes, in Arkansas, hot as it was out there, he's still mowing the lawn in a dress shirt and some dress slacks. Like, I got it honest. I like to put shit on. I just do. When you look good, you smell good, you feel good. I keep my hair cut. I keep this shit groomed. I used to go every week, but I go every 2 weeks, right? Go every 2 weeks. Try to be a little bit more financially responsible. And then too, I got tired of driving 45 minutes to go get a haircut because I could never find a barber close to me. And everybody that could cut was on the south side. Golly. So I will always take pride in my appearance because I'm a representation of myself, first of all. But then if I'm in a partnership, I'm a representation of you as well. I don't care if we go into the store together or not. If I'm by myself, people should look at me like, dang, she look good. And if they try to talk to me, I'm like, hey, I got a woman. I'm with someone right now. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, and they gonna walk away like, damn, she got a good woman. She got a woman that look good. You should always want to take pride in how you look, whatever your style is, whether it's urban hippie, whether it's urban streetwear, whether it's, classic clean, like, cause me, I'm really laid back. You're not gonna find me with a lot of stuff that's big and baggy and a bunch of layers and stuff. I'm simple, but I put that shit on because it's timeless. First of all, I like timeless appearances. I like timeless style because this shirt is a couple years old, but guess what? It's a denim shirt, and it's how you rock it, how it's fit. You know what I'm saying? You got it, but then I'm still gonna upgrade the shit too, and I take care of my stuff. So it's just like that. I'm big on appearance. So I don't want to be with somebody where I got to dummy down what the hell I'm wearing because I don't want to outdress you just on a simple day. I'm a sneakerhead. So I'm a shoe person. I love women who wear shoes, whether they're heels, whether they're sneakers, sandals, whatever. Just make sure your shoe, that's the first thing I'm looking at when I talk to somebody. I'm looking at your shoes. I'm looking at what you got on, then I'm looking at your shoes. Dudes too. Now, I'm not into men, but dudes, I'm looking at your whole outfit. You got on a cool outfit, but then you got to turn around. I look down at your feet and you got on the wrong, I'm a sneaker person, okay? So y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can judge me. I'm a sneaker person. I'm a Nike person. I'm a Jordan person, but I'm a Jordan 1 person. I'm a Jordan 12. I'm a Jordan 3. I'm a Jordan 11 person, right? So I don't like Jordan 6 rings. That's just not me. I'm not going to wear that. I always tell y'all, Mexicans and gays wear those. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's the wrong shoe. Y'all that have on a cute outfit, a dope ass outfit, but then I look down, you got them damn 6 rings on. I'm like, why? You just tore that whole outfit up with them damn shoes. Same thing with women. You can have on a nice outfit, and I look down, and I'm like, why she put them shoes on? But that's her style. That's what she likes. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be with nobody that, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, where I got to dummy myself down, where there's dummying my style down, dummying what I'm putting on, dummying my conversation with you, dummying, it's just my intellect with you. I can't have intellectual conversations about certain things with you because, maybe you don't have this certain experience, the same experiences as I have, or any experience at all in anything. Then now I can't have this conversation with you because it's really going over your head, or you become offended about what I'm saying about the situation. And all I'm just doing is just talking. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, pay attention to this kind of stuff in the beginning. As somebody, like, for me, I know what I need. So moving, like, in any situation, I need somebody with ambition. I don't want to be with somebody who's just cool with being an employee at a job. Like, I'm sorry. I'm an employee, but I got other shit going on too, because that's just me. I can't, I asked early on, hey, is there anything else that you want to do? I was like, no. And even that bothered me. But I was like, nah, I like it. You know what I'm saying? No, I should have been like, I gotta go. Because you're not going to understand my drive. You're not going to understand the things that I want to do. You're not going to understand the type of support I need. Because I know what I need. I need a woman that's going to support me in a way of, hey, there's times where like I said, I was trying to do this podcast for 2 years. And there were times where I would get frustrated with trying to figure things out, and I would just give up and be like, you know what, I'm just going to put it on pause because of the things I was going through mentally, the frustration of trying to figure out how to get the two to marry, the sound and the video to marry, and the setup and all that other stuff. And they were cool with me just chilling. No, I need somebody to be like, no, ma'am, why are you chilling? Shouldn't you be, let's figure this out. Or shouldn't you be trying to figure that out so you can get this rolling? Because you always talking about it. You want to do it. Let's do it. What you doing? You trying to find another job. Have you been applying for some jobs this week? No? What you doing? I need that. I'm not saying I need somebody that's gonna do the work for me. I just need that encouragement. I need somebody to be on my tail like that. Because I know me and procrastination, we broke up. We've broken up. Because me and procrastination used to go together real bad. We did. But I understand because I'm trying to move forward in life, and because I made a conscious decision to move forward in life, that I know I needed to do things differently. The relationship ended. It hurt me, but it caused me to immediately start healing and making a lot of realizations of some things. The relationship ended. We tried to make it work. It didn't work. It could, and I knew It wasn't gonna work, and but we still tried because it was what we were used to. Let's just be honest. It was what we were used to and what we were comfortable with, and we still lived in this house, and we still had another year on this lease. Okay, and then after that, we decided, okay, it's not gonna work, but we were still carrying on in the house, looking out for each other. If we were meal prepping, we meal prepped for both of us because both of us was working out. She had a trainer that she was working out with and stuff that she had goals she needed to meet. I was working out on my own because I know what I was doing because I just work out and I know how to train. And then I had my own goals. So we were eating and doing the same thing. So hey, you prep this because you make rice real good. I'll do the meat because I'm real good with the meat, and I'll do the veggies and and you do X, Y, and Z. And so we were still carrying on, looking out for each other, but we just weren't together. Right? So y'all know how that go. You know what I'm saying? We weren't intimate. It was nothing like that. Nothing. We slept in separate rooms. We respected each other, but it was just still like, we just still looked out for each other in that way up until she left. You know what I'm saying? And that was a crazy situation too. But yeah, but so going on and on, it was just like, even up until like she got ready to leave, like, because I still had a little hope, even though I knew in my spirit and my soul that I should not have had hope or tried to pursue anything containing her or pertaining her, because I already knew, like, yo, we're not on the same plateau. Like, I know where I'm trying to go in life, and this is what I need in a partner. And this is what I need in my person. And this is not what you are. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or I was perfect, because I don't even try to be. I tell everybody all the time, I don't try to be perfect. All I try to do is get it right. And even still then, I don't always get it right. I know that there were some things about me that she didn't like, that she, you know what I'm saying, that might have turned her off from some things. I know, like, I'll honestly say there are things I didn't handle right financially. I just didn't. I didn't. I'm not even gonna hold you. Ooh, I had deja vu. I just had deja vu. Ooh, wow. Okay. I haven't had that happen in a long time. Wow. Yikes. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, there were things, I just didn't handle financially right. I just didn't. But I've learned from that. So moving forward, I know how to maneuver. I know what to do. I know how to show up in certain areas. I know how to speak up in certain areas. I know how to be transparent in a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? Instead of feeling like, oh, the pressure is on me because I'm this, and this. So I can't say this. So let me just not say nothing at all. But that caused a lot of pressure on the other person. So no. So there are a lot of things. Like I said, I will always take accountability and acknowledgement of the shit that I failed at. That's just me, because I feel like, okay, I need to get better for me, not just for the next person that comes along, but for me, because before this next person may not come for another 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know, but I can't sit and wait to try to get things right until they get, wait until they get here to get things right. No, I am working on the things that I need to be working on. And it started happening immediately. Healing started happening immediately when we broke up. Because I was like, okay, what is this? It was like God was like, ooh, okay, finally, okay, good. I got you. This is what I need you to heal from. This is what I need you to work on, because this is where we're going. And even up until, even when she left, it hurt me, because I was just like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did want her to stay here, because I'm like, we were cool. Things were cool. We were friends. You know what I'm saying? I was vulnerable on some things. And every time I reached out to her, this is what made me chill and leave things alone, because every time I would reach out to her, she would always give me her ass to kiss, because she was angry with me and embarrassed because I realized, or I learned about how she was moving. And instead of her standing on business and saying, look, girl, we're not together, so how I'm moving, you shouldn't have nothing to say about it, because Julia, we're not together. I would have dapped her up, and I would have had a whole lot more respect for her, and I'd have been like, shit, bitch, let's pour up a shot, let's roll up, whatever we're gonna do, and let's keep it cool. I got more respect for you, because for me, if it was for me, I'm just gonna be honest, just basically she was ear hustling on my conversation, because I had just found out about something. Somebody brought something to me about how they, how she was moving. You know what I'm saying? We weren't together, but even during that time, listen, this is the thing. That's why I always tell people, God always looks out for me. So watch how you handle me. God always looks out for me. Always. because God knew at that time that I was like, well, maybe we could still try to work things out, even though I knew, again, in my spirit and my soul, that I shouldn't have been trying to, because I knew that this ship has sailed. And then the way she was talking to me, like, y'all, she was talking to me like I was some random on the street that she never dealt with. And I was, after a while, I had to look back and be like, bitch, you're not even of that caliber to talk to me like that. There's very seldom that I slide that card across the table and let you know who the fuck I am. Don't play with me. Because, sweetheart, if I was honest about a lot of things that I really wanted to be honest about, that's all I'm saying. If I was honest about a lot of things that I really wanted to be honest about, then, it would have been a different situation. But again, I held a lot in because I thought I was protecting her, and I was just trying to keep the peace. So I always just say, you know what, it's just that I'm just going through mentally. I'm just going through mentally. But I couldn't, and even now, I still won't get into that as to things that really affected that, because again, that's a later time, later date, another episode in time. But I will say this, it was just like, okay, so I was like, okay, I will talk to her, and then she will talk to me crazy. You can always tell when somebody talking to you in front of somebody, like they trying to impress or prove a point to somebody, and they talking to you real hard and real crazy for no reason. And you like, bitch, who you talking to? Because why? First of all, let me help y'all. This is something nobody ever thinks about. Let me help you. Because if you gotta talk to somebody real crazy in front of somebody to prove to them that you don't deal with them no more, sweetheart, they don't trust you. But again, people don't think about that shit. They don't think about that. Because if I was talking to her in front of somebody that I'm trying to talk to, or that I'm getting to know, or that I'm calling myself with, you know what I'm saying? Just to prove to, and I gotta put you on speakerphone just to prove to this girl that I don't rock with you like that, or whatever. Then she don't trust me. Why you don't trust me to be able to have a civil conversation with this person? Why you don't trust me? So guess what? I don't need to deal with you because you don't trust me. I need somebody who gonna trust me to know that, hey, I'm still handling, because we still have this house, I'm handling business with this person. No, you talking to me crazy. And again, go forth. That's why I say go forth. I hope it works out, because once you realize who you're dealing with, once you start healing, and once you start becoming a lot more aware, you start realizing the type of person you're dealing with. You start to realize, okay, they have some shit that they need to work through, that they are not, because they're jumping from relationship to relationship, because even when they got with you, they had just got out of a situation. And that's another thing. Any piece of a little red flag. It ain't even got to be a big old red flag that they wave at a race, at the end of a race or whatever. No, any piece of a red flag in the beginning, you should pump the damn brakes, y'all. I'm telling you, pump the damn brakes. We are all guilty of not pumping the brakes. We're not. We're just like, oh, well, I like them. That's cool. Because I thought in the situation, because we had the conversation, I asked questions. You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. No, I should not have gotten into this situation. But hey, we're here, and you live and you learn. But God knew. God was like, okay, I need to pull you out of this. So since you out of this now because I've been waiting on you, because you've always been putting things to the side, putting things on hold for the sake of relationships and dealings with people that you date and that you are in a relationship with, not because they ask me to, but because that's just me. I'm just all about my person. But God got tired of that, because I kept putting things on hold that God has for me. And God was like, okay, so because you're trying to still do this, let me bring this to you, because there's lines that you don't cross. And I know this is one line that you don't cross. So let me bring this to you. Because once you find this out, I know you done. I know you gonna pump the brakes. And sure enough, yes. And I wasn't even gonna say nothing about it. You just overheard me on a conversation talking to my friend about my perspective on it, or you know what I'm saying? And you got in your feelings and you ran out the house crying and screaming and ain't been back, and that's fine. But say no business, because if it was me and I heard somebody talking about whatever it was that I was doing, I don't care if you heard me saying, or if I heard you saying, dang, Julie, I heard Julie out here sleeping with 50 women. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, well, me and you not together, sweetheart, so it shouldn't matter what I'm doing unless you're trying to be number 51. Are you trying to be number 51? Because if not, I think you might want to shut the hell up and leave it at that. Stand on business. Don't be embarrassed about what you're doing. I'm never embarrassed about nothing that I'm doing. If you find out I'm doing something, that's my business. Yes, this is what I'm doing. Why are you concerned? Does it involve you? No, it does not. But you can still have your own, you can't get mad at somebody for finding things out or knowing things about what you're doing. You can't get mad at that. Anyway, all I'm saying is, whenever you're with somebody, just make sure you're not having to dumb yourself down in any kind of way, because that's ultimately going to cause you to have resentment. It's also going to cause you to kind of look at yourself like, damn, what happened to me? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got shit. I put shit on. I put shit on. I do. I like to get dressed. I love to smell good. I love to look good. That's just me. I look a mess at home every day. I work from home, so I look crazy every day. I dress terrible. I wear the same joggers all week. Like, I switch it up. My mom was laughing the other night. I was telling her, I said, Mom, I wear the same thing all week, Monday through Friday. Unless Friday, like I'm getting ready to go to the barbershop, then maybe I'll change that up. So then, because 9 times out of 10, I'm running out the house as soon as I get off work to go, get in the traffic or whatever, or go up the street to the barbershop or whatever. So I'll put on some clothes that day so I can just leave. But other than that, during the week, child, boom, I'm wearing the same joggers, the same t-shirt, because guess what? I don't be musty at work. I'm sitting at a desk all day. Excuse me, I'm not sweating. I'm not hooping in here. I'm not working out. I'm not breaking no sweat, that kind of thing, child. And I'm going to have on some cologne every day. It's just me in here. But I like to smell good. I like to smell good. I do. That's just me. That's what I do for me. I like to keep my hair cut. Y'all know, if y'all follow me on my stories, oh yeah, I cuts up. When I leave the barbershop, oh baby, I cuts up. I'm on social media. I'm letting you know, oh yeah, baby, this good hair. We have good hair. Yes, there is a thing. I have good hair. I have nice hair. So I take pride in that. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Mm-hmm. I take pride in that. So I know I can't be with somebody who's just coming out looking like who done it and what. I can't do it. Let your style be your style. But let it be nice. Let it come, because we gotta compliment each other. Y'all hear me say all the time on my social media, like, I don't like hanging out with people who I don't feel like are attractive. And y'all, like I say, y'all can say I'm vain or whatever, but y'all just hang out with people and y'all be like the only attractive one, but in the crew, or the best dressed one in the crew. That says a lot. Like, one of my homegirls, she's a professional stylist. My girl Jasmine, big ups to Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine talks all day up and down on social media about style. You know what I'm saying? I might not engage because I'm like, okay, that doesn't apply to me, because first of all, I know how to dress. I know how to show up. I know how to present. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a personal stylist. Now, there is somebody that I said, I would love for him to style me. I would love for him to style me. And this is one of my guys in Houston, my bro. I want him to style me. Yes, for certain things, because my God, he gets it. He gets it. Herb gets it. Oh, wait. Herb can dress his ass off. Do you hear me? Big ups to you, Herb. But I'm like, we're a representation of each other, especially if we're dating. If we're in a partnership, I love seeing couples that compliment each other. I hate when I go out and I see a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whoever, man, woman, 2 women, 2 men, whatever. And I'm like, why they let them come out the house like that? You go to a nice restaurant, a very nice restaurant, where you got to put on some clothes, but you show up in a whole Nike sweatsuit. This is not the place for that. Like, why you let them come out like that? They come here. Like, that's just how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just don't understand that. But, and even then, like I said, even down to your intellect, your conversations, we have different experiences. That's why I like dating people who come from different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? I ask questions, how were you raised? Who were you raised by? Who was involved in your life? Because I grew up with both parents, and that's rare. That's rare. A lot of people still. I was talking to this girl last month, and we in our 40s, and she still was like, I had mentioned something about my dad, And I was like, yeah, my dad, da 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 da. And she was just like, damn, that's crazy. I was just about to say, dang, you got a dad? And I'm like, why people still think that at this big age? Yes, I grew up with both parents. And we all three of us, me, my brother, and sister, we all have the same father and mother. Thank God. And if you don't, there's no judgment. But it's crazy because it's a rarity. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I ask questions. Who were you raised by? Okay, so if your mom or your dad, whatever, if your dad wasn't in your life, we know what that can come with. You know what I'm saying? If your mom wasn't in your life, we know what that can come with. If you were raised by your grandparents, a lot of times I'm like, oh, you raised by your grandparents, oh, you real solid, because grandparents are, they're older than your parents, so they have even much more experience, depending on the grandparents now. Depending on the grandparents, because they can be just as ignorant too. You know what I'm saying? But if I talk to somebody, they're like, I was raised by my grandparents mostly. I'm like, okay, you are right. You are right. You are right. You are right. For the most part. You know what I'm saying? But you still have these issues that you still need to deal with for the absence of another parent. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what nobody says. Like, even in my household, I had both parents, but I didn't grow up in a household that we were overly affectionate. I didn't grow up in a household where we always told each other I love you, or just grab us up, kiss us, and hug us. I didn't grow up in that household. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't affectionate, because I was always affectionate with who I wanted to be, with who I was with. And until I dated somebody who was not affectionate, because she did not heal her trauma. So it made me have to dummy down my affection. And then I got with my ex, and we were affectionate until we weren't, because there were things that I'm just going to be honest, there were things that just turned me off. I won't go into the things that turned me off, but there were things that just turned me off after a while. So I know the narrative out there is that I don't know how to be affectionate, or at one point I think she asked me if I was asexual, and if you are asexual, that's you. But I'm not, and I was not. I am not asexual. I like intimacy. I like connecting with my person. I love if we have that energy. Yes, it's amazing. It's a good time. But I was just turned off. And then going through what I was going through mentally and things like that, it was just a lot. So add all that in together, it's just not a good mix. But again, I couldn't say that. I couldn't say, hey, I'm turned off by X, Y, and Z, because I didn't want to offend her. And this is why I say I could, because people like, why couldn't you say nothing? You should be able to say something to. Again, a person's interpretation will tell you everything that you need to know about how you can move forward with talking to them about certain things. There was one time we were getting ready to go somewhere. It was a Saturday. I'll never forget. I would never forget. We were getting ready to go hang out into the city. You know what I'm saying? And she had on a cute outfit, some cute shorts. And, I used to like her with the cute high-rise shorts, because she had a nice body. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, there's some things I can't take away from her. The girl had a nice body. She did. And the way she wore things, she could wear stuff that would just I'd be like, that fits you really well, right? So she had on these shorts, high-rise shorts, because she had hips, small waist and stuff like that. So it looked good on her. And then a halter, that's all she wore was halters. She could wear the hell out of some halters or some crop top shirts. And so they had that on, but the shoes just didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? And so all I did was say, because this is me. I'm a type of person, and most people, I'm gonna put on probably 2 shoes at the same time with whatever outfit, unless I just know this shoe goes with this, depending on the mood or the vibe that I'm on, right? I'm always gonna put on 2 shoes, go stand in that mirror, or ask my person, which shoe look better? If my person ain't there, I'm calling my niece and my sister on FaceTime. Y'all, what shoe look better? What shoe should I go with? Because I'm like, I want to make sure I'm stepping right? So anyway, she had on a shoe, and it was the shoe. It's not that the shoe didn't match. It was just the style of the shoe. So I just said, I was like, babe, what about that other shoe that's in the closet? Like, try both of them on, and let's just see. That's exactly how I said it. Like, let's just see. I wasn't like, oh, take that shit off. What the fuck? Like, it wasn't nothing like that. I was like, babe, what about that other shoe that's in there? Or what else is in the closet? Because I knew, like, when I was the shoe person, I was the sneaker person, I was the shoe person, I was, that was my expertise. Her response was, so the whole outfit looked crazy, so I just look like a clown. I ain't even say that. I said, go try on another shoe. You see what I'm saying? So I knew from then, I couldn't even I could never tell you why I may not be showing up in certain areas because of X, Y, and Z. But the narrative what I've learned, like so I say, you never know who I know, so be careful who you talk to. Because you're talking to your friends don't know who I know, things like that. But it gets back to me. The narrative out there is that I don't know how to be intimate. I don't know, But child, ask about me. So for me, future partner, whoever she is out there, I am a sneakerhead, primarily a Jordan 1 fan. Okay, I'm a Nike girl, but I'm a Jordan 1 head. You can't go wrong with too many Jordan 1s. It depends on the colorway, okay? I like mids, I like lows. I don't like highs, all right? So just talk, and I'm a size 8 in men. So so even in that, I would tell her, I'm like, babe, because for me, I love. I love to see a woman, especially a feminine woman. Oh my God, I love to see her in sneakers. I do. Yeah, I love to see her in heels because, baby, you step in them heels. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. In the right heel. No, I don't like wedges. I don't like no kitten heel. I don't like none of that. I don't like no... In Houston, they call me a little Debbie. I don't like little Debbies. Shoes, them little heels. I like me a good 6-inch. Yes, ma'am. 5-6 inch. Yes, ma'am. I just love that stuff. It's just something. It's sexy when you can walk around and you can walk in the heel. I mean, you're not walking like your feet hurt. You're not walking like a newborn calf. No, you can walk in them. It's the confidence for me. First of all, that's another thing. I gotta have a confident woman. But anyway. I love women that can wear sneakers. So, and I understand some women are not sure or confident about wearing sneakers because they be like, man, I don't want to look like a boy. And that was her thing. And I understood that. And I'm like, I respect that. So I used to be like, babe, you're not going to look like a boy. I promise you. Like, I'm not, she would tell me. It's so funny. We used to laugh about it, honestly, because she would be like, back then I used to wear these other, and she would show me a picture, and I'm like, well, you had on basketball shoes. You can't wear basketball shoes. That's what I was saying, like, dudes, you can't have on a dope outfit and then go put on some LeBron James. Those are basketball shoes. Those are not casual shoes, but your style is your style. Whatever you want to wear, that's what you wear. But no, I'm not going to have you in no LeBron James or no Kyrie or whoever got a shoe. I'm not going to have you in no basketball shoes like you about to go out there and play 3-on-3 or 5-on-5 or go play 21 with somebody. I'm not going to have you do. No, let's go get some blazers. Let me see what your style is. Okay, it's real cute. You can, my sister and my niece, man, let me tell you, they dress very feminine, but they put on a Jordan. I be like, y'all look good. That looks good. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I love when I'm out and I see a chick. You know what I'm saying? She got a cute feminine outfit on. It depends on the outfit now. But you know what I'm saying? She can have on some jeans or some, or whatever, some leggings or whatever. I love that too. With leggings with the socks pulled over them. And you got on a Jordan 1 or something like that. I'm probably looking across her like, who is that? Ooh, I like her shoe. She look cute. Yes. It ain't even gotta be a Jordan 1. It could be a blazer. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you because I take pride in that. You look at my closet. I have so many pairs of Jordan 1s in so many different colors. You know what I'm saying? I got you. And we wore the same size. So I used to be like, try this shoe on. Like, look. And I get the color, okay, so this color may be a little too harsh for you, for your style, because I'm more masculine. So this works for me, but let's go find something. So, and we worked it out. And then she started wearing it. And I used to be like, girl, y'all like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? She became more comfortable in it. And so I'm just like, yes, wear the sneakers, sweetheart. You ain't got to wear these old white lady sandals. You ain't got to wear these old sandals that look like, you know what I'm saying? That just look like you drive a Subaru. don't have to. You too young for that. We not those lesbians. No, baby, we don't. But like I said, like, it's just so in any situation, you gotta speak up. Like I will always talk about speaking up. Speak up. Just say, hey, baby, because my next person that I deal with, that I get with, I'm gonna ask her, right? Okay, when we go the X, Y, and Z, where do you like to see me in? Like, you know how I dress. Especially when you first meet me, you gonna know how I'm coming. Everybody knew how I was coming. When you first meet me, first thing they always say is, you look good. Girl, you came in, you look good. You smell good. You yes. I take pride in that shit. I do. But the thing about it is, a lot of people be like, it's not about appearance, it's about what's inside. Both of mine match. Let's talk about that. So I can back my shit up. If I'm looking good, baby, the insides match. The insides match. The outside is just a reflection of what's inside. So even when I go to Target, Kroger, whatever, I went to Kroger today, I put on the cute Nike sweatsuit and some Jordans. You know what I'm saying? I was just going to Kroger and coming home. I didn't just throw on anything, because I'm just going to Kroger. You know, you see people in the stores like that all the time. I'm just gonna throw something on because I'm just going to. No, I put some shit on. And then when you're in the store, people look at you differently. Like, oh, okay. They respond to you differently. So let that be something you take. You don't put some shit on. I don't care if you're going to Walmart or wherever, just real quick to drop something off. Now, if I'm not getting out the car, now if I'm just going through the drive-thru to get something to eat, I'm gonna put on just some joggers, throw on some sneakers real quick, and grab a jacket and go. But if I know I'm going inside somewhere, I'm gonna, all right, let's even if we putting on some joggers, let's not put the joggers on that I wear to work every day. The ones that's faded, the one that's ill-fitting, that's, I got stuff for home. Even for me, this is my thing, even with my lounge clothes. My lounge clothes, I take pride in that because, so a lot of people have a thing of retail therapy. So retail therapy for me is different. So if I'm stressed, down or whatever, or I just feel like, I just want to go do a little extra shopping or whatever, and I don't really want to spend a lot of money, then lounge clothes is my thing. I go buy lounge clothes. A lot of people laugh at, like, anytime I tell my friends that, they be like, huh? No, I'm like, because first of all, I'm at home majority of the time. So I like to take pride in what I lounge in. That's how I've always been. I usually like sets. I like matching sets. So I'm gonna get the pants and the shirt to match. You know what I'm saying? And even if I don't, and even if it's not a matching set, if it's some shorts or some pants, there's certain shirts that I'm gonna wear with it. So even down to that, when I'm with my woman, yes, I want you to look nice even around the house. I don't want to come home and you just look at any kind of way, because that's a turn off. I don't care. I don't care. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Y'all can say what y'all want, but that's just me. I'm not saying you have to be dialed up and makeup all day, every day. No, but I'm just saying, like, don't be having me, because I'm going to be honest with you. Ladies. I'm going to be honest with you. Let me set up for this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a lot of homeboys, and we talk a lot. A lot of straight homeboys. Some of my closest friends, my male friends, are straight men. And they talk to me. We shoot the shit like, they shoot the shit with me like I'm one of the boys. I talk to them like, hey, we talk about our women problems. We talk about all of that. And they tell me, man, I hate when she put this on. I hate when, you know what I'm saying? I go over there, she got this, and she, golly, man. I was like, oh, you can't put nothing on, and then you want me to do it. I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying you have to put on the lingerie all the time. Yes, put that on, because, yeah, we do love that. We like that, but make sure the hair match. Make sure you ain't got lingerie on with some Nike slides or some busted house slippers. I'd rather you be barefoot with the lingerie on. And if your hair, is whatever, fix that to make it match, because the lingerie alone ain't gonna do it. So that's what I'm saying. So even with me, yeah, I'm gonna ask my next person, You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, I'm gonna date somebody who can dress. I'm gonna date somebody who can, who presents well. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It's not just about just how you present well, but it's a lot. But I'm just talking about this today. Okay, we're keeping it safe today. We're keeping it safe today. We're keeping it safe today. All right? Because like I said, the more I dig into some stuff, yeah, we're going to dig into some shit. We are, but at another date. But today we're playing it safe. So we're going to just talk about appearance, okay? So anybody that I date, I'm asking her. I'm going to ask her, sweetheart, like, baby, what do you like to see me in? No, I'm not changing my style, but when we go to have a nice dinner, what you want me to wear? Because this is what I had to do to get a good gauge so I don't outdress my person. I had to ask, what you feeling like today? What you feeling today? What you about to put on? Just so I know I'm not about to outdress you. Just on some simple shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really, that was how I would get a gauge. Like, what you feeling like today? Then see what she coming out with, and I'm like, okay. And then I would go in my closet and be like, well, that's what she wears, so let me just throw this on. No, but I'm like, I want a woman, like, if we going out somewhere, if we going somewhere, somewhere nice, or even just to go hang out in the city, I don't care. Like, this is what I'm putting on her, and whatever. Or babe, when we get ready to go to dinner, what should I put on today? What you want to see me in? Tell me. I'm not gonna get offended. Tell me. Or shit, girl, please go in my closet and pick my outfit out. You got options, baby. You got options. Go in there and pick something out. Or say, let's go make a mall run. Okay, cool. Let's do that. I'm not gonna get offended. Because I'm a representation of her. Men, you are a representation of your woman. If y'all going out to dinner, I've seen this too. Like I said, if y'all going out to a nice dinner, your woman show up in a cute dress, her heels, and all this, and you show up in a Nike sweatsuit. Sir, you got it. No, that's wrong. Don't do that. Put on some jeans, pull them up. Put on every like I can help a lot of dudes out. I really can. That's why I always tell people I'm your mask presenting best friend that you really need, because I have the best of both worlds. I wear guys' clothes. I put that shit on. You know what I'm saying? I be having guys like, damn, where you get that from? Dang, I was just in H&M and I ain't see that. For real, you got that from H&M? But it's how I wear it. I get things that fit a certain way. Our body types are different, first of all, but it don't take much, guys. It don't. It does not take much. Ladies, it doesn't take much either. It doesn't take much. I don't mind a woman. If my next woman wears makeup every day, I'm cool with that. Yes, put that shit on every day. If that's what you choose to do, yes, please put that on every day. But make sure you don't look like two different people with or without that makeup on, ladies. Because I had, it was somebody, a couple people I've come across that was like that. I fell for the person with the makeup. I fell for that persona with all the makeup. But then as soon as you took that makeup off, I'm like, whose uncle is this? Or I had one situation where she had this big old persona with makeup. I'm talking about big, bold, beautiful, confident woman. But as soon as she took that shit off at night, oh, she was, not confident. She was, insecure and things like that. And I used to be like, yeah, I can't date that. I can't date that. I didn't pursue her because I was just like, yeah, nah, no, ma'am. I gotta be cool with you either way. Just like you gotta be cool with me either way. If by the end of the second week of me not having a haircut, you still gotta be cool. Cause I have gray hair, honey. All of this, I keep everything shaved because that's just how I've always had my hair. I wore my haircut. But I'll keep everything shaved. But baby, I got gray hair. I got gray sideburns. It ain't just this gray patch, baby. And I just started embracing that when I cut all my hair off. because I wasn't gonna keep dyeing my hair and damaging my hair because it's so short now. When I had the curly top, I could dye it and it would last about a month or so, whatever. And I was cool because I've always had a gray patch right here and it would just grow right here. I wasn't ready to embrace it, but yeah, I cut this stuff off and I'm cool with this gray. I'm cool with it. But are you cool with by the second week, like, I've learned a lot of women like gray hair. They like that gray, but y'all love this gray, don't y'all? Ooh-wee. Y'all love this gray patch, y'all love this gray, and I be like, y'all like all this? But because I don't look old, and two, it's just how you wear it. I know some women who have gray hair, and I be like, you look old, tired, and through. Do something with your hair. Like I like to see a man, like I said, I always said I'm not attracted to men, that's just not my thing. But I like to see men with nice beards, gray in their beard. Like that stuff looks so good. Like, especially when you know how to wear it. Like I have a couple of guy friends, they got gray in their beard. And I be like, friend, you look good. I like that gray in that beard. I do. You look good, friend. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Or gray in their hair, salt and pepper and things like that. My dad has been, my dad, as long as I can remember, now I know he had black hair when I was young, which, when you were super young, you don't remember things until you get to an age where you start being more aware of things. But my dad has always had salt and pepper hair. My dad has started graying in his 20s. So that's where I got it. I started graying in my early 30s, before my oldest sister. I'm the one with the most gray hair out of all three of us. I started graying early. You know what I'm saying? And then like now I embrace it. So it's just you gotta it's just all about how you present. It's all about how you carry yourself. So listen, y'all, I know this was kind of like in different places or whatnot, but like, yo, you gotta learn, first of all, don't dummy yourself down. If you start seeing a peak of a little red flag in the beginning, no, we're not doing red flags. We're not doing that. If something is not up to your standard or your type, don't even bother with it. Don't even F with it. I'm gonna put it like that. Don't F with that, because all it's gonna do is cause issues down the line. Like in my situation, like I said, there's a lot of things I can't take away from her, and that I will never take away from her, and that's just maturity. Like she wasn't. No, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't. That's why when we broke up, I was shocked because I was like, yo, wait a minute, wait. I thought we were good. But hey, things happen for a reason, and it is what it is. And you live and you learn, and you keep it the hell moving. And then like for me, I haven't closed the door, but I've taken time to heal. I've taken the time. I'm not the type of person that's going to jump from person to person. Could I be in a relationship with a phone call right now? Absolutely, yes, because it ain't that your girl ain't able. Stop playing. It ain't that your girl ain't able. That's what I said. When Jay come out, when Jay come out, oh baby, that's a whole nother ballgame. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it ain't like I ain't able. Julia is the one that's a little bit more calm and I try to be nice and humble and stuff like that. But baby, when Jay come out, Jay be like, I'm not dealing with that shit, girl. You can't trust. Get out of my face. I'm not mean or rude, but I'm just more like, hey, no. Julia's like, well, no, we can talk about it. We can work through it. You like her. No. So Jay is like, no. She got the wrong shoes on. Maybe give her another chance. Maybe y'all hang out again and see what she put on. And if she put that shit on again and it don't work, then you get the hell on. Y'all just be friends. Or you just don't talk to them no more. Like, it is what it is. So you got to stand up. Like, y'all, anything that does not work for you, we are no longer in 2025 on. We should have been doing this shit. But 2025 and on, we are not. If something is not what we want, and I know a lot of people be like, they don't have to check all your boxes. I get it. Because no one is going to check all your boxes. But if there are certain things that you have a standard on, that you know is important for you, then we're not doing it. Like I said, and I'm sure she will look back and be like, I shouldn't even talk to her because X, Y, and Z. And that's it. But we chose to take a chance on it, and I don't fault her. I would never sit here and be like, no. Like I said, there are certain things I just can't take from her. There's certain things I can't take from her. We could have been cool. We could have really been cool. We could have been, we both Geminis, 2 days apart, baby. We could have been real cool, but, because of however she felt, because of what I knew, and whatever she heard me saying about it or whatever, she got in her feelings and ran out the house and, Again, you can't get mad at somebody for finding out or knowing how you're moving. You can't get mad at that. Just own it. Shit. Don't be embarrassed. Be a grown woman and own it. Like I said, if you find out that I'm doing something, like I said, there are certain things there. I saw a meme, I think I posted it today. It was funny as hell. It said, I don't care how much a female take me through, I am not getting with no man. I'm not. And I said, I'll get with a white girl before I get with a man, honey. Because I prefer black women. I'm not racist. I have nothing against them, but that's just my preference. Just like I said before, white women, they like, or white men or whoever, they like to date their preference. They prefer to date other whites. That's fine. I'm not saying that they're racist. I always say it's other shit that they do and say that makes them racist. No, it's just my preference. I prefer black women. But before I go to the other side, baby, it's a lot of things in between that I'm gonna do. If she's not black, I'll date an I'm black before I go, or just be by myself. Period. I'm not dating no man, ever. And that's just me. But I'm just saying, so just stay in no business, whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you hear, Julie, I heard you talking to a white girl. I am. I am. And she's pretty dope. Because again, like I said before, I ain't gonna get just any one of them, honey. She gonna be bad. Oh yeah. But anybody that they move forward, they're gonna be bad because I have standards and I'm sticking to my type, and that's just what it is. But anyway, so again, I thank y'all for tuning in. It's been an interesting topic today. It's been real. I'm being real. I'm being more open about things because I understand that a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff. Like I said, me and my friends, when all this stuff was going on, I had 2 or 3 other friends. One was going through a divorce. One of my homeboys was breaking up with his girl, going through it with his girl. One of my other homegirls, her and her girl was breaking up. I was like, yo, what is in the air? It's something in the water. But all it was just that, hey, it's time to change seasons. It's time for new beginnings. Seasons change. Yes, I thought we were going to be forever. And a lot of people did. So when I finally told people that we broke up, because a lot of people didn't know we broke up. And when I finally told people, a lot of people were shocked. And a lot of people thought we would get back together. I thought we would get back together. Even though I never spent a block on anybody I've ever been with. There's no ex I've ever gotten back with. Never. I've never gotten back with an ex. No, I take it back. My first girlfriend in Houston, I did. And I shouldn't have. It's like I be knowing I shouldn't do stuff. But I'm the type of person, I'll say this, I'm the type of person to be like, well, I don't want to seem like I'm giving up. Because I don't want them to be like, you just don't care. No, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I know in my spirit and my soul that this is it. This is over. It's raining scars. We done. What we doing? Let's move on. But she was different. I will say that. But I'm healed from that. And like I said, I'm good. And I wish everybody the best in life. I hope everybody heals and learns and, and tries not to move on to try to fill a void. Instead, you heal the things that you're missing, that you heal the things that have hurt you, you heal the things that have traumatized you. Because there are some things that from this situation that has traumatized me, which is why I'm not quickly moving on. Because again, like I said, it's not like I can't just call up right now and be in a relationship, because I can. But I just be like, I'm just focused right now. Relationships right now would be a distraction for me. I know what I want. Because I have needs. And I'm straight up and honest with people on that. Like, hey, this is what I want. I'm not looking for anything serious. We can kick it. We can have a good time. But, don't expect relationship from me. Don't expect that from me, because I don't have it to give, because I'm focused on a lot of things. And this will be a distraction. And I can't have that. I can't have that, because I have too many things that I got to show up for myself on. And so that's what my focus is for now. But I have, like I said, I haven't closed the door. So whoever comes along, if she comes along, in the meantime, then, I'll assess the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'll assess the situation. I will. But anyway, I thank you all for tuning in to another episode. I hope you guys got something from this. Again, thank you again for lending me your listening and your watch hours. Be sure to follow me on all social media. My personal page on IG is j.j. On TikTok is j.jay38. On TikTok, IG is j.smith517. And of course, the podcast page on IG is Fearless Perspectives, the pod. So make sure you tune in and make sure you follow and subscribe to all these pages so you can keep updates. You know, on my personal pages, I do a lot of different story time. Y'all know how I clown. I'm trying to get better on posting on reels, but I do a lot on my stories because things just come to me and I just talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I just do it on my stories, but I'm gonna start trying to post more to my reels so it can get spread, so it can spread out more to different people, because I know I be talking about some shit that people need to hear. So we're gonna have different topics. Of course, as always, it's not gonna always be about my life or whatever, but like I said, there are some things that need to be talked about because I understand that there is a narrative that is out there for me that is so funny. And I'm like, this is so wrong because this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then people be like, oh shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is true. But either way it goes. I'm not out here to chase down a lie. I don't have to chase down a lie because the truth always comes out. Like they say, the truth comes out in the wash. So it is what it is. But either, like I said, follow me on social media. I have a good time. I clown. I laugh. I talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I put y'all up on game. I may share some stuff, tips and tidbits about everything. You know, it's an influencing kind of thing. So it is what it is. And then, of course, if you have any topics that you want to talk about or you want me to talk about, of course, in confidentiality, I would never put your name or anything out like that. Just send it to info@fearlessperspectives.com and I will, you know, bring it up on the show. I won't say your name or nothing like that, but we'll talk about it. And then let people in the comments, you know, give their input and stuff, and we'll have the conversation. Because that's all it is. I'm just coming to you. We're just having a conversation. And like I said, we're just kicking it with me in the den or whatever. And having a good time. So again, make sure you tune in, subscribe, comment, and always pour up and pull up, and we're gonna have a good time, all right, y'all? So I love you. So tune in every Tuesday. I'm dropping episodes. Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I'm dropping episodes. So make sure you tune in and watch that and watch and just let me know what you think. But I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Like, for real, I really want us to be great. I really do. So speak up for yourself. Be authentically you, okay? And watch those red flags. And stand up for yourself, because that's a part of standing up for yourself as well. When you get into a situation like, this ain't for me. Regardless if it's a relationship, a job, a friendship, anything. And I'm not, I was just talking about relationships. But, anything. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Stand up for it and don't accept anything less than what you have set for yourself. Because playing humble will get you played. All right? Thank you so much. I love y'all. And tune in again to the next episode. I'll holler at y'all. Y'all be good. All right. Bye.